What's going on, guys? God bless you. Carlos here with Serrano's Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Today we are working on this 2011, I believe, Toyota AVALON. We're going to be doing a full interior detail. We're going to be doing a engine bay detail as well as a headlight restoration. So stick around and let's get started. All right, so step number one to the engine bay detailing is pre-rinse. You're gonna make sure that you pre-rinse this whole engine really well, just to remove any minor buildup like dust or dirt or anything like that. You wanna try to remove that as much as you can. Remember, keep the engine on when you're doing engine bay detailing. That's just the way I do it. I've never had any failures with the engines. So I've been doing engines for more than probably like good 20 years. So from my perspective, I've never covered anything up. We're using the Super Clean aerosol can, so shout out to Super Clean for sending me some of their products, because they also supported my class a couple weeks back, and one lucky winner won this kit of some very solid products. So shout out to Super Clean. Thank you so much for supporting Serrano's Mobile on YouTube, and obviously my business as well. So spray this can all over the engine. This one foams up really well. The foam just gives you more time, more dwelling time. You can use this on your engines, you can use this on your tires, on your wheels. Obviously, they already sell a preferred dedicated wheel cleaner, but this one does really well for so many scenarios. I love using the Max Shine hard bristle brush that they sell, because it's really good for engine bay detailing. It's good for wheels, for the lug nuts, little areas that, you know, need a little bit more of aggressive agitation. This one will get the job done. And lastly, after we agitate everything, we're gonna come back and we're gonna pressure wash the whole engine really well. Again, keep the engine on. That's gonna help all the water just kind of dissipate. Make sure it doesn't get into areas that it shouldn't. Obviously, be cautious when you're doing engine bay detailing. You also see me kind of from far away, kind of rinsing it off. Obviously, you will see some areas where I kind of get really close. Those areas are safe. There's nothing that I can damage, and I'm able to remove a lot of the grime and the buildup. After I pressure wash the whole engine, you're gonna see me use the Max Shine mini blower. I'm gonna blow the whole engine really well. This is gonna prepare me for the conditioning phase. And for the conditioning, I'm using my detail gun with Drive Auto Appearance Luxe Cockpit Conditioner, and I'm gonna spray it really good, and then I just let the product do the work, and it's gonna give me just a very nice finish. I feel like this one is doing good, but I don't know. It's just giving me too soft feeling. So I switched over to a 800 grit sandpaper. So that's what we're using right now for this project. And this step is really crucial because in the beginning of this video, I don't know if you guys saw, these headlights had a bunch of like lines all over, so it looks like somebody played with them. So we're starting with 800. I really was thinking going with 600 to really cut in there, but again, these headlights are old and I do not want to really dig too hard into it. So all I'm doing is sanding this down with 800 grit, and all I'm doing is just letting this little foam applicator I have inside to do the job, and it is already improving the headlights by removing all those like small like little cracks that it had, or openings. So I'm trying to blend this headlight all together so that when it's time to cut and polish, this thing should look much better. But again, you have to be very careful when doing headlights. You have to understand what you're working with, because you don't want to be digging too deep to a headlight that's probably 10 years old, which it definitely looks like it's been through some stuff, and it looks like maybe they played with the headlights before, or somebody did a headlight restoration in the past, and obviously maybe it wasn't done correctly. So now my job is to try to blend this whole headlight really well. So we're starting with 800, and then we're gonna move to 1000. We are to the 1500 grit stage. This headlight is definitely has improved. We have removed a lot of the ridges that this headlight had, and that's what we're looking for. Is all I was trying to do is start heavy to blend all that uneven probably headlight restoration that they did. But now this thing looks pretty good. Usually when you're doing headlight restoration and you start spraying your headlight, the water is going to tell you how you're doing, and it looks way better. Definitely has cleared up. Usually before I finish the last step, I'll usually finish it off with a clean 1500, and this part is just to make sure we just give it that nice even sand. And you'll feel the headlight will tell you like where it feels kind of gritty, and then it'll go smooth because the sandpaper has done its job. Always make sure that when you're sanding, try to buy a like a block. You can get these probably like O'Reilly's, or maybe Walmart sells them, and I usually just cut them. Try not to use your fingers a lot when you're sanding, because your pressure points are going to be very different from a foam block. You know, the foam block helps with pressure, making sure it's getting an even pressure. As to when you use just your fingers, you will have a lot of different, you'll see your patterns of your fingers where you sand. You'll see it on the, whether if it's on the paint or anything like that, you'll notice where your fingers were giving it too much pressure, and then you might have to redo, you know, that one step because of the pressure. So always make sure you use a foam to sand. It's gonna be much better. So this headlight feels really smooth now. We're gonna move it up to a 2000, and I'll bring you guys kind of with the final reveal. So stick around to the end of this video if you want to see this headlight. Once we finish sanding down the whole headlight, right now it's time to start our cutting phase. For this, I'm using my Max Shine rotary with a Lake Country wool pad, and I'm pairing it with Coach Chemi H9, and I have the rotary at speed 1. You don't want to bump the speed up, because one, you can burn that headlight really quick. So just let the machine do the work, let it start building heat up, and you should be just fine. Next, we're using our Max Shine Mini Polisher version 2 We're pairing it with a Rupes yellow foam and DIY gold standard on the headlights. And what this is going to do is just going to pretty much finesse pretty much H9, and with this one is just going to clean up the headlight really well and give us that nice gloss and finish. And lastly, we are going to be coating these headlights. We're using the new Drive Auto Appearance GX Pro coating to pretty much just finish this headlight restoration. So it's been a very fun journey so far, but now it's time to really get to the fun stuff, the interior.